bird my peons and drove him away. That doesn't always work. I mean, like, the other guy sometimes just like goes a bit back and then like comes back to harass you. So you always have to be careful when you're putting up new buildings that you check where the other guy is and whether you will lose them to his harass again. Because actually, I mean, you do get back most resources when you cancel a building, but on the other hand, wood is really important. Because on tier 2 you want to have 135 wood for your Fire Lord and 140 wood, I think, for the Bestiary, and 140 wood for the Spirit Lodge. So that's a lot of wood. Yeah, I can't put it a better way. He's sending his wolves only, and he won't get a cancel on that bear, luckily. I make a grunt. And the grunt goes directly to the tavern, and he had the same idea, so the grunts are gonna meet up at the tavern. Actually, if you look at the hero EXP, he has 90, I have 30, so that will tell you that he has microed a bit better, and that I have lost a few wolves to his wolves, or whatever, or his Farseer. And yeah, I mean, it is of course important not to give the other guy too much experience. But sometimes, I mean, if you're able to cancel a building and then the 30 experience from a wolf will actually sometimes be worth it. So you see that directly. I took my Fire Lord and put down a Bestiary inside my base. Was checking whether I could actually put down a Spirit Lodge already, but I didn't have enough lumber. And right here I was just, well, attacking the Fire Lord, because he was kind of low and he attacked my Fire Lord before, so I wanted to get revenge in a sense and took him down, which obviously is a mistake on his part, but then again, well, I mean, I did have the initiative at that point. So I'm putting down a Spirit Lodge, but not very good because, well, he's gonna be able to cancel it, make me cancel it, and that's what I did. In the meantime, I did creep with the Fire Lord, which, well, I mean, the other guy, he lost his Fire Lord, so he didn't have that many units to attack me at my base with, so I was able to use that time to something useful, and I wasn't getting scared of him taking down my base. Now, like, one pretty bad mistake I made here was that I put up my War Mill too late, so I wasn't able to pump out Kodos directly when my Bestiary got up. The other thing is that his big mistake was that he put his Bestiary up way too late. But then again, oh, I should have checked before making this audio commentary. Then again, I'm not entirely sure whether he had enough wood because of my harass and because he had to cancel, I think, maybe like 2, maybe 3 even burrows. And that's pretty costly in wood. Plus, if you consider the fact that he had to burrow up his peons, then it's even more. Right now, standard stuff. I mean, I'm gonna lose my grunt here because he runs faster than me, and I took it out of the battle a bit too late. But finally, my first Kodo is gonna join in the battle. So in this game, my opponent goes directly for Demolishers. So that's smart. If your base is getting sieged, and if you're on the defensive, it's a very smart idea to get Demolishers because first of all, they counter Kodos, so they are still useful in a matchup later. And second of all, they will counter towers, so if the other guy tries to push his advantage with towers, then you will have a counter for it. And that's why I actually focused down the Demolisher with all my summons and my heroes, so that he will not be able to take down my Kodo. Right now I should be, yeah, I am pumping Spirit Walkers, and actually, whatchamacallit, a Demolisher as well. I have noticed that he was pretty late in getting his Kodos, so that is why I'm researching Ensnare, and I'm actually considering the option of adding a few Raiders. Why is that? Well, if you keep the raiders on the back, I mean, if they don't have to be part of your main fighting force, then they will not risk too much against the Kodos. But on the other hand, they work very, very well together with demolishers, because then the Kodo won't be able to move, and your demolisher will be hitting the Kodo with full damage. Before I attack his base, I'm actually being a bit overconfident, and I'm creeping in front of his base. He actually saw me, I mean, kind of logical, and he's going directly for Demolisher, which makes sense because it goes down really, really quickly. But on the other hand, he had one of his Kodos that was not doing too hot, and I was able to take that one down. Of course, he still had a grunt left, so I ate that with the Kodo and get my Kodo away with the speed scroll. I'm gonna like shift click it around the map and then to my base. And right here, he's just doing I don't know what. I mean, he's not doing the hottest of moves here. And I'm not saying I am either, but he should actually be pumping units and getting back into his base. Oh, actually, he doesn't have enough gold for that. I don't know. Does he have only 4? No, he has 5 on his mine. Okay, I don't know. It's like, I have like 600 gold and he has like so much more less. Well, maybe it's because I crept and I actually killed a lot more units of his than he killed units of mine. Right. So, as you see, the unit mix here is Kodos and Demolishers. And maybe a few Spirit Walkers if you have the advantage. And since I do have the advantage, that's why I add Spirit Walkers. Spirit Walkers are useful because you will be able to dispel all their summons, and hence they won't be able to get to go after your Demolishers and your other units. I should really be getting back and healing my Fire Lord, but then again I'm just thinking that the game is over. And very bad dispel, but well. Actually, I mean, sometimes in Orc Mirror, what actually happens is that people will start off with Kodos and then get a few Demolishers, and then later it will be a battle between Demolishers and, well, Kodos like running crazily around, trying not to get hit. Thing is that at that point you could be adding raiders with Ensnare, and that would actually be very useful, but it's pretty risky because the other guy has a lot of Kodos, and so as soon as the raider is in a position where it can be eaten by a Kodo, the raider is going to be dead. And so that's this take on the Orc Mirror. So I'm gonna do a very brief summary because I know that this audio commentary has lasted already a long time and you guys are probably a bit bored. So, a very brief summary. In Orc Mirror, attacking fast to tier 2 without a barracks is pretty much a necessity. Then, there are two possible ways to go. Either directly go for headhunters, or do the standard stuff of getting Firelord and then pushing for Kodos. Now, if your opponent goes directly for headhunters, you have let's say at that point you have two basic options. Either go for headhunters yourself and also get Spirit Walkers, or alternatively go for Demolishers if you are on a relatively close spawn and you don't really need that much mobility. So that's another option. Then later, when facing a headhunter user, you can always switch to Grunt Raider, but remember that if he sees it soon enough, he will put down a bestiary and it will put an end. Well, it will make the Grunt Raider thingy much, much, much harder. So that's basically it. Just remember to play very aggressively in Orc Mirror because it's very often a player who has the initiative and who has the map control and who has the other guy cornered, who is a player who's going to be able to win the game. So remember that. So guys, this is Frozgard signing out.